Welcome to Speedway Harley-Davidson. Today, we're gonna go over this Road Glide ST. Yeah, this is a 2023, and this baby has had some major upgrades. First things first, we are Speedway Harley-Davidson, located in Concord, North Carolina. We built this performance bagger for the perfect someone. Someone may be you, someone may be someone else, but this bike has it all. I'm gonna go over a list of the aftermarket parts we added on to this bike real quick. So from Harley, we added on the Screaming Eagle 131 engine kit. It has the Screaming Eagle Ventilator Extreme Air Cleaner kit. It has the Screaming Eagle tuner. It has 80 grit floorboards. It has Dominion grips. It has a Dominion shifter with brake pedal pad, color matched white sand pearl Road Glide fairing spoilers with the chin spoiler, Screaming Eagle derby cover. Are you catching on here? We've put a lot into this bike. Aftermarket, it has the Saddleman step-up seat, the Legend suspension, Kraus Wolf 1 Pro 10-inch bar kit, custom dynamics turn signal inserts, Bassani 2-in-1 full-length stainless exhaust. I mean, this bike literally has it all. It's still brand new, so it's still in its break-in period. I think it only has like 24 miles on it right now, but we're gonna take it out, ride it, let you know how these aftermarket add-ons affected the way the bike feels. Let's go. All right, let's crank this baby up. So currently, this bike is definitely in its break-in period. And it's had so many upgrades, and they've done so much to make this a true performance bagger. We're gonna take it easy on it today, but I'm gonna talk to you all about the way the setup feels as far as the changes they've made to the bike. I already can tell there's definitely way more torque in this machine than a stock 117, and it should be. It's a 131 motor. It's a performance motor. That's what it's going to be, a torquey, insane amount of power coming out of here. And we've ridden 131s in the past, but we have not ridden one with this many upgrades on it. Right off the bat, the seating position is definitely more sporty in my opinion. You know, the Saddleman seat kind of pushes you more forward to the tank, but it does have that lower lumbar support to lock you in, which you're going to need when you got this much power under you, so that way you're not flying onto the rear fender. But Saddleman seats typically take a little bit of time to break in. I'd say about 100 miles or so in the saddle before they fully conform to you. This one feels pretty good right now. It's nice and firm, but maybe after putting like 20-30 miles on the bike, until the seat is broke in, it may not feel the greatest, but after it's broke in, the seat will feel really good. I do like these Kraus risers. They're in a perfect position. I'm 6 feet tall, and they're right about just under my shoulders, just under shoulder height, so it's comfortable as far as where my arms are resting. I feel like I could be on this bike all day long and not feel any type of fatigue whatsoever. The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the placement of the speedometer. It kind of blocks my screen here. I can't really see what's going on my screen, and this screen has navigation and all of that on it, but there's probably some other options to relocate the speedo to a different position. But if you don't really care too much about your screen, that won't be a problem at all. But I love the way this bike is set up. I'm loving these MX, I call them MX style floorboards, because they feel really grippy. like my feet are not sliding around. I'm trying to force my feet to slide around, and they're not sliding around. They're locked in. Of course, I could lift my feet a little bit and move them around some if I want to adjust them. The brake pedal as well as the shifter are all the same, and it all feels really good. The grips here, they do have a little bit of grip to them, and they are a little bit hard, not too hard, but they are more of that performance feel. You got a good grip on there, so when you're ready to rip on the throttle, your hand isn't going to slip at all. I'm really loving the position with these bars. The sound coming out of this bike, that Bassani does not disappoint. It sounds crazy. The Bassani exhaust just sounds so good. So I'm gonna try to keep her under 3,000 RPMs, maybe closer to that 2,000 mark. I'm gonna accelerate a little bit after I turn here, but I'm not gonna give you the full experience of what this motor can do, because it can do a lot. I've experienced that in the past. So once we get up here near the light, I'll accelerate a little bit. But this bike has an insane amount of power. The suspension feels really good too. It feels firm, very sporty feel to this bagger. Yes, it's a bagger. I barely turned the throttle. Oh yeah, she's definitely quite quick. The bike is extremely quick. I mean, I think I'm in like 5th gear. I'm in 5th gear, and when I roll on, it jerks back. The bike has a ton of power. It feels like this is a bagger, and this bike feels, as you can see, it feels really nimble. It doesn't feel what it weighs, and I'll pop the weight up on the screen here, and that's in its stock configuration. This bike is not stock at all, and this is a built motor. They did not do the drop-in motor. This motor was built up from the 117 to the 131, and this is a true performance bagger that we have here at Speedway Harley-Davidson. You still got all of your standard features. You got your Bluetooth, you got your stereo system, you got your speakers there. You know, it's just, we gave it a little bit of a different look and more performance than it comes with stock. This thing sounds mean. Even in these low RPMs, like it's like, what are you doing? Ride me. You gotta get broke in, little tiger. You gotta get broke in. I promised I'd behave today on the bike. I promised Greg in our parts department that I would behave. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna behave. The lean angle feels really good. I felt like I could have leaned it over even more than I just did. It's just, I'm not sure where the scraping point is for those bags, and by no way, no shape, no form am I allowing this beauty to receive a scrape. One thing I love about these road glides, as far as the performance road glides and the performance baggers, is I love that I have this fairing right here to block that wind that typically would be tearing me apart. It's nice to not have to worry about getting fatigued from all the wind that typically would be hitting me in my chest. And to be fair, I'm not even feeling any wind on my head either, and that's because of the way they designed it. I'm still under 3,000. Man, this bike feels like a total monster. It does. And I know because I took pictures of it earlier today and went through the parking lot and gave it a little bit of gas. Not too much, just a little bit. And I mean, this bike will move. It will move. I don't feel like this is going to be on the floor very long here. So if you've been looking for a performance bagger to take to these bike weeks, which there's quite a few coming up. You got Daytona, you got Myrtle Beach, Sturgis is later on, and like you got some of everything. And if you're looking for a bike that's already set up, that you don't have to do a single thing to, right here. Especially if you're into that performance, if you're into watching Moto America races and you're into those performance baggers, you know, this is a true performance bagger right here. It's ready to go. All you got to do is make it through the break-in period. Some people actually will make it through the break-in. I know people who won't, who will be like, screw the break-in period. I'm riding the hell out of my bike. I mean, you may be one of those people, but once it's yours, it's yours. You can do what you want with it. But if you've been looking for an ST, a Road Glide ST, and one just has not completely made you fall in love with it yet, I feel like this one will do it. It looks good. I've been having to stare at this baby because it's been right outside the office, and I'm gonna tell you, this is a gorgeous machine. How you doing? And it gets a lot of looks. People look at it, they know it's different than your typical ST, just from the spoilers and the side skirts that are on here, as well as the handlebars, the exhaust, and I mean the way it sounds. You know this ain't no 117. You know something else is in here. Probably didn't even have to put the 131 badges on the side, and you know there's something in this bike. So whether you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, across the country, no matter where you are, if you're looking for one of these and you can't find one that's built like this, definitely reach out to us at the number listed below. You know, this is not something you're typically gonna just find sitting around. This is a rare find. Not too many people build them up the way we've built this one up, and we're actually planning on doing more of these custom type of bikes. So if you're looking for something different and unique, you'll definitely want to come by Speedway Harley-Davidson and check out what we got. There's always something spectacular sitting out there on the floor. Well, let's do another quick walk around here. You can see the grips, the bars. You can see right there on how the speedometer is mounted. The finish of everything on this bike feels really good. You can tell it's been machined really good. Has good finish on there. There's those MX style floorboards I was referring to. You can see the bike is beautiful. You got the side skirts that I feel like every Road Glide should come with, or at least the STs should come with them. That just completely finishes the bike. Like, it's just those small things just completely finish it. Look at that. You got the 131 badge right there. You got the stage 4. You got the high flow Screaming Eagle. You got that beautiful Bassani exhaust that's going to change colors once it heats up and cools off. It heats up and cools off. I mean, you got your saddleman seat, and your passenger even has plenty of butt room right there, so they won't be mad at you once you get some pegs on there and take your passenger out too. Like, this bike is perfect for someone, and it may be you. Comment down below, what do you think of this performance bagger? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not sharing the content, then you're upsetting one of your buddies, because one of your friends probably looking for this bike. So share the content, like it. That way we'll keep bringing you more and more content on our Harley-Davidson motorcycles, but we will check you out in that next one. Enjoy this B-roll footage here at the end.